What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Abyss Horizon. This is a brand new ship waifu hero collector that came out a couple of days ago. So if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's start it off as we always do, because you all know a hero collector can truly only be as fun as the ship waifus that you can collect. And right off the bat, this game has an easy stamp of approval from FG because it ticks all of the FG boxes, all right? So number one, you got hot waifus. Number two, you have ship waifus, and I know there are other games that do ship waifus, but it's still not that common of occurrence, so it still has a unique factor to it. And the number one way that this game received the FG3000 stamp of approval when it comes to heroes that you can collect is the fact that it has fantastic 2D art and combat models to match. That's all FG wants in life. I need good 2D art and combat models that match it. Check it out. You want to see some more? 2D art, combat matches. That's all I want, ladies and gentlemen. Good 2D art and combat. 2D, combat. 2D, combat. 2D and combat. That's all I want, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why this game gets a stamp of approval for other reasons as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual combat, ladies and gentlemen. We'll jump over here to battle, main mission. Now, currently, I'm way over here on chapter 7 because I've been playing this game for the last few days, believe it or not. But let's do, for the sake of the YouTube, an easier stage. That way I can have a little bit more of a comfortable experience while I kind of explain what's going on here in combat. We'll jump over here and attack this one. Now, like I said, I've been playing this game for the last few days, and I'm still, even recording this video, not even sure if I like this game or not. Like, your first hour or so of playing this game, it's going to be very confusing. The translation doesn't help. There's a lot of bizarre systems that are not really applicable to other hero collectors, and it's just like I said, it's just really a confusing experience. But the more I kind of uncovered, the more I started to understand the game, the more it kind of pushed me forward to want to know more. It's really strange. And like I said, I'm still not even convinced that I like this game, but I'm still kind of like, I want to see more of it. I want to discover more of the systems, and hopefully I'm thinking that by the end of it all, after I really understand what's going on in the game, maybe I'll have an appreciation for it deeper. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, it's really kind of strange. But here we are in combat, ladies and gentlemen. I let the autoplay kind of tackle that one. That way you can kind of see some things while I was just kind of ranting on there for a second. But we'll throw this bad boy on manual here in a second. Now, when you're on one of these big boss stages right over here, your squad has to find the boss first, and you have this fog of war right over here. And for the most part, the autoplay will kind of go towards it, but it's literally right here. It's right over here. This big red splotch right here, guys. Here we go. On our way. And there is the big boss. I don't know why they have this in there. They could just delete this. This is not... The game does have some weird things that I don't think that are very conducive to like fun gameplay. That's one thing. Like, why even have that? But here we are, about to fight Amy, the boss over here. Now, as you guys can see, I'm in a formation called reverse, but I can actually move into different formations. So this reverse formation is kind of a speed formation. It's designed to kind of close the gap on your enemies. But if I want to do a formation that's slightly more damage, I can swipe to the right. Now, as you guys can see, I'm in a straight line, and this allows all my waifus to do their attacks a little bit easier and to take advantage of a thing called T-head. I don't know what T-head stands for, but it's basically a weakness of the enemy. So if you time your attacks while the enemy has its T-head exposed, you do more damage. That's something I figured out too. And when I figured that out, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And it propelled me forward to play the game even further. So that's that. So that's combat in a nutshell. Like I said, there are more formations. Let's do something slightly more difficult. That way we can see more extended combat here. Jump over here, way over here to chapter 7. This one is, I'm actually a little weak compared to this stage. So hopefully we don't get destroyed too quickly. We probably will. Loading times aren't too terrible. I am playing this bad boy on blue stacks. There we go. So this is a straight line like we talked about before. If I swipe to the left, I do kind of like a more defensive formation. Swipe to the right, that's more offensive. Swipe down. I forgot what that one did. But like I said, this is what I'm talking about. The game kind of throws systems at you that you might not be used to in other hero collectors, and that's why it kind of intrigues me a little bit, but I'm still not ready to say that this game is worth playing or anything like that. I'm just saying myself personally, I do find it very interesting, and the waifus help as well. So there we go, get a little bit closer here. We have this big, massive telegraphs here, so all of you guys should go down quite easily. Love the big screen filling ultimates, as you guys can see. As we get a little bit closer in range, we're gonna do some slightly more powerful attacks here. I do like to keep it on autoplay just because of the ×2 speed though. But like I said, just really depends on what type of encounters that you're fighting, because as you guys can see, the AI is not really taking advantage of the T-head system at all. It's just basically just shooting willy-nilly. So I'm not doing the maximum amount of damage that I could. The game does have a day and night cycle. During the night, your energy replenishes faster, so you can do even more attacks. It's almost kind of like a sudden death mode. There's the T-head. See, right now, that's the prime opportunity to attack right there. But the AI is not fantastic when it comes to... Oh, a little bit. And there you go. That is combat here in the world of Abyss Horizon. Got our loot there, got ourselves a little drop here, just a little 1-star fodder. And then after we're done, and then once you get out of combat, you can basically do a sweep ticket, which is called cruise. I wish you could do multiple cruises at once, but you have to do them one at a time. But this allows you to sweep a stage once you have S-ranked it. So there you go right there. So that is combat here in the world of Abyss Horizon. All right, so as we find ourselves back over here to the main mission tab, like I said earlier, I'm way over here on chapter 7, and that's pretty close to the end of the game. I'm not sure if I'm gonna unlock a hard mode once I reach this, but I'm doing pretty well only playing the game for a few days, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a hard mode that unlocks once I 100% all of these. So that is the main mission tab. If you go over here, you have the special levels. There's a thing called Infinity War, and this is more of like a long-term hero collecting type of project here, because the more teams you have, the better you can perform here, because as you guys can see, there are tons and tons of stages here. So this kind of gives you a reason to have multiple teams powered up to do well over there in Infinity War. So that is that. Moving over here, you have your daily resource grind, and I see what they were trying to go for here, but I do not like the layout here. So this is your tried and true daily resource grind where certain days have higher drop rates. So if you kind of scroll over here, look at this, Tuesdays and Fridays, double drops. Why can't they just make these just a menu? I don't understand why they had to do this, but it's just your good old fashioned daily resource grind. So that's that. Moving back over here to the main mission tab once again. And then you have these Naval Belles, which is actually a very interesting system here. So the hot waifus that I've been showing you thus far are like the good waifus, but there are also some evil waifus as well. So as you unlock these evil waifus, you actually have to, you can't use them right away. You have to purify the evil out of them to make them good waifus before you can actually use them on your team. So I actually have this waifu over here. Her name is Amy. Look at her. You looking at her? This is her, Amy, right over here. I got Amy. I purified her, and guess what happens, ladies and gentlemen? You lose the hot skin on Amy. It's really kind of weird. So this is what Amy looks like once you purify her. You purify the evil out of her. So I don't know if I like that too much. So once you do that, you can get the skin again, but you gotta use Cash App currency to do so, which is kind of unfortunate. But this is what she looks like for real. I got screwed a little bit, I feel like, but you can't use them in evil form. So that's, you kind of have to go through that. So that is that. Was that everything over here? And I haven't unlocked this big hunter just yet, but it looks like another resource grind as well. So that is that. If you move back over here, you also have battle mode, which is going to be your PvP. Pretty straightforward. You're going to find a team that you have more powerful, that you are more powerful than, defeat them, move on up the PvP rank. So pretty straightforward when it comes to PvP in this game. It looks like this one is going to be live PvP, because as you guys can see, it says online athletics. So that one might be pretty interesting considering the formation system and kind of bobbing and weaving out of telegraphs. That might be pretty interesting. So that is PvP. What else do we have in this game over here? Have this little vacation system over here, which is like a place where your hot waifus hang out. You build affinity with them, you give them gifts. I don't really like dating systems in any of these games, but there you go. Over time, as you build affinity with them, you can go and marry them if you want to, I guess. So that is that. Let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Enhancing, we'll kind of go through a little bit of this, but this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. The systems don't make themselves known at the very beginning. You have to kind of do them little by little. So like I said, you learn as you kind of move along. So if I want to, for example, enhance my little waifus here, I can do this quick apply. This will take a bunch of my fodder units to increase their level if I choose to. I can also evolve characters by using duplicates of them. So for example, where's my cute little, here she is right over here. throw her in there, use a duplicate of her. That will allow me to awaken one of her skills, or I can use another character, which is called a Vestal. This is basically a non-combat unit that is designed for you to use as fodder unit. So if you don't have an actual fodder of this specific character, you can also use one of these to do the same exact thing. Click awaken, wham bam, I thank you ma'am, and then one of her skills unlocks, and there you go. Refit, I don't really know what this is, to be honest. But it looks like a way for you to increase the star levels of your characters as long as you have these cores and as long as you have the appropriate level. So once she's level 45, I can make her into a 5-star. I assume that's what that does. Skills, I already showed you that, I think. Surpass, I'm not really sure what surpass does. You can do the same exact things when it comes to materials here. So if I put some of my equipment, I can enhance it by using, once again, some enhancement chips and some fodder materials. And like I said, a lot of this stuff you're gonna kind of piece together on your own and kind of figure it out as you go along. Let's jump over here, back over here to fleet, and I'll show you what the equipment system looks like over here. So each one of your waifus has 4 different equipment slots here. If they are a higher rarity, like this one over here is a gold rarity, they actually have all 4 unlocked. See the difference here? These are still locked. And then of course you have different weapons that you can throw in these slots here. There are different types of light guns, torpedoes, and torpedoes. So right now I'm gonna throw that torpedo in that empty slot over here. And just like I showed you a little bit earlier, I can enhance that as well. So like I said, all of these things are gonna start to make sense the more you play the game. And even basic features like equipping things and enhancing things are not even unlocked early on. So it's weird how they kind of present everything. They give you materials and they give you gear and it looks like you should be able to enhance it, but you can't enhance it until the game teaches you to it. It's kind of weird, but like I said, I feel like the more you play it, the more you'll kind of like want to know more about what's going on, and that, at least for me. So that's that. Let's see what else we have here. Force Craft is something that's going to unlock at level 28. I don't know what that is just yet. This is where you put your evil devil bells in here to purge the corruption out of them. You have 2 different types of gachas here in this game. You have the what do you want to call these? The timed gated gachas, where you put a little hot waifu in here, you come back in a couple hours, and then you get a hot waifu. And that is a pretty hot waifu. Very nice. And don't have one right there ready. But then you can also, of course, use little skip tickets. So I have one more here. Click create, hit fast, and boom, we get to see again. Cute little waifu, there you go. You also have kind of a standard gacha as well. This is this one over here. This one requires a special type of ticket. You get 1 per day during like the little global launch celebration that the game is going through. But of course, you can also use Cash App currency. There is no difference between free crystals and Cash App crystals. So everything in the game can be purchased with crystals in some shape, fashion, or form, ladies and gentlemen. If you play for 7 days, you also are going to get this character Washington, which is actually pretty cool. Check out her 3D animation here.
Cool.
Look at this. She has a Gatling gun and a ship shield. That is pretty freaking awesome there. I love when my 2D art matches my combat models, ladies and gentlemen. But pretty straightforward. 7 days, do all the things. At the end of 7 days, you'll get her for free. That is that. All right. I think we've pretty much covered everything here. I joined a guild called Peaceful Sea. I don't really know what's going on here other than just fighting like guild bosses, I guess. Let's see what this is all about. Let's see if it looks cool or anything like that. Maybe? Okay. So kind of the same standard bosses here. Actually, there's a world boss up, so we're gonna end the video off with a world boss to see how different that looks. But we're gonna go ahead and let this auto out. I'm pretty sure for like guild bosses and things like this, you definitely just wanna use autoplay on something like this. Just do as much damage as you possibly can. Very nice. That's my girl Missouri. Hey, I'm actually doing a pretty good job. I guess he's just continue to respawn, probably. All right, well, that was pretty easy. Helping out my guild, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Very nice. All right, so that's that. And then last but not least, as we end this video off, ladies and gentlemen, you do have a world boss here. So, come on, level 25. Oh, so close, man. But that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, this has been a look at Abyss Horizon, a pretty interesting hero collector, waifu collector. Check out some of these costumes here. How do I show you these costumes? I want to show you a few of these costumes. They look pretty good. Here's Iowa. Look at the 2D art. Looks good. I like Missouri's right over here. Missouri. Look at that. Little Native American style. Pretty cool. Here's what I was talking about earlier. You can marry her. You can change her back to her corrupted form. What's Jersey up to? Married. That's pretty cool there as well. Even some of the blue characters have skins, which is kind of, even the green characters have skins. Look at that. So there you go. I am done, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ooh, another special card. Hold on. We're gonna do one last summon though. One last summon. Ah, nothing good. As you guys can see, a couple banners here. These are like the really basic ones here. You have special, and then I don't know what that is. I don't know what either one of those are. Can I do 10 of these real quick? I'll go ahead and use that. Let's go ahead and do 10 real quick, see if we can get anything good. Ooh, you look pretty cool. Let's check you out. Let us check you out before we end this video, ladies and gentlemen. Show owned only. Where is she? Here she is. Very cool. CV style unit. Okay, okay. That is a good way to end the video. What is in between those things? She has a little bird in here. All right, now I am done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys. All right, that's awesome. I will see. Demonetized. Fine, fine. My name is FG3000. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.